It's authentic.
When we come to your school, we all in the stands with you.
It's inspirational.
The Honeybees is more than just about the field show. It's about inspiring young women.
It's groundbreaking.
Oh my gosh, there's a girl trying out for drum major, all this stuff. I was like, yeah, I'm doing it. And then I got it, and I was like, yeah, I did it.
From the campus to the community, we cover everything HBCU. HBCU 101. Hello, and welcome to HBCU 101. I'm your host, Jahylin Thurman. HBCU 101 is a show that will take you all around the country, giving you an inside look at what's happening at HBCUs and giving you a taste of the HBCU flavor. When you travel around the nation to the different HBCUs, there's one thing that remains consistent across the board, and that's the HBCU bands. The bands? They're the do-do heartbeat of the HBCUs. But what really makes them special is the effect that they have on the culture. Now let's take an inside look at this year's Cracker Barrel National Battle of the Bands.
What's up, world? It's your boy Jahylin, and we're here at the Cracker Barrel National Battle of the Bands here in Houston, Texas. Now listen, look, it's crazy. We got the bands, we got the fans, and we just got everybody in between. So I don't know if it's all about the tubas or if it's about that drum line, but look, we're gonna give you the inside scoop. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the show, because it's Yard Talk 101, baby. Let's go!
Synesthetic, 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 synesthetic.
Important are the bands and these national battle bands to keep the HBCU band sound going?
It's definitely important to expose our people to this type of culture, because you can start a band at a young age. A lot of kids never get to leave their neighborhood.
Exactly.
So the bands take them all over the country, things like that. So it's very important that the kids participate in stuff like this. And we have competition, but at the end of the day, we love each other.
Exactly, that's what it's about.
Family, yeah.
Synesthetic, 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 synesthetic.
It's a national battle of the bands here in Houston. How's your experience been thus far?
Man, it's been amazing, man. Not only to be from Houston to see all these bands come in, but to see all these bands come from different states and so many black people come to support everybody at one time, no matter where they're from. I don't really know too much about HBCU culture until I got there, and I've learned so much. So I'm glad it's like an entry point for a lot of other people that probably didn't get to do it first yet too at the same time.
I talked to a student today, a freshman. I asked him was his first time in Houston. He said it was his first time leaving the state. So that sort of thing, we get to expose our students not just to the academic aspects of it and the socialization aspect, but they get to see and experience different states, different cultures, so it's very important. And we get to put our universities in front of thousands, tens of thousands of individuals.
And how does that make you feel, not only as an alum, but of course as an administrator like yourself?
It makes me very proud. I see individuals who may not have attended HBCUs. I see this community embracing us. We have similar missions, very similar missions, maybe from different states, but that pride is still there. The talent is just phenomenal. So I'm just beaming. I love it all.
Okay. And you fly. He's beaming and he's fly. Hey, listen, it's Jahylin, it's Brian, it's Yard Talk 101, all right?
Swag exclusive.
You was hosting Queen City Battle of the Bands. Now it's the Cracker Barrel National Battle of the Bands here in Texas. Talk to me about the transition and how electrifying the crowd's been today.
This is very huge. You're talking about 35,000 people coming to see HBCUs. I mean, we did it big in Charlotte. sold out every year. It was time to expand the brand.
Okay.
This is an expansion of the Battle of the Bands. This is an expansion of the HBCU brand. So it's a beautiful thing.
When we come back, we're gonna go one-on-one with the Savannah State alumna who only had $500 and 2 suitcases full of clothes to her name when she began her journey to success. Jahylin McKee, CEO of J. McKee & Co., joins us on set coming up next.
Coming up next on HBCU 101.
Turning water into wine is one of her specialties. From her college experiences to providing for her clients, Jahylin McKee joins us here on HBCU 101. Good day.
Hey, Jay.
How are you? How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm
Long
doing
time
pretty
no
well.
see.
Tell me about it. Tell me about it. Now listen, as a former...
Hold on.
What's up?
We got Alabama State. We got Mississippi. We got Alabama A&M. And I know you don't have Savannah State in that corner.
Oh,
You're going to have to put that on the table.
My bad. Y'all some presidents, you know. We're going to get a bigger, banner for y'all.
We're going to do it like that.
Okay. We saw. Speaking of Savannah State University, right? You're a former queen.
I am. I was Miss Savannah State University 2016, 2017.
Okay.
The 78th.
Okay. Now,
yes.
Now, being a 78th queen, you've had a lot of juice, from cranberry juice to apple juice to Kool-Aid.
Lord.
But what would you say you miss most about Savannah State University?
I miss college. I miss college a lot. I think what I missed the most about college was freshman year. And just that transition from high school to college, and just, you know, having that sense of HBCU pride and just being proud of where you come from. And this adult life is not for me, you know, a little ghetto, but yeah, I just miss that college life, like college parties. I was at a client event last night, and we were in the club, and I was just thinking, like, you know, like, dang, like, I remember, like, my first phone party and my first Greek party before I became Greek, and, you know, just that culture you won't get anywhere else other than the HBCU.
Speaking of the transition, so your career at Savannah State University was over in 4, right? You graduated, Miss Savannah State, all this good stuff, right?
Right.
And you graduated with about $500 in your account.
Yes.
And you decide, you know what? I'm gonna just take a leap of faith and I'm gonna just move to New York and chase this dream, you know?
Yes.
So what was that transition like from being a big fish in a little pond to being a small fish in a big ocean as an aspiring publicist?
Honestly, it was overwhelming because I went from being that girl to girl, literally. And so I took all of my graduation money, and originally I had a job offer, you know the story, but that wasn't fulfilling for me. Like, I just knew that, like, somewhere deep down inside, God didn't just put me on this earth to pay bills and die. Like, I have to just, like, I had to find it, whatever it was, because when you're in a position such as, like, Miss Savannah State or HBCU royalty, you kind of condense yourself into thinking, like, I have to be the representative. I have to, you know, put others before myself. And I was a campus queen all 4 years of college. So for the past 4 years, I was putting everybody in front of Jahylin. So this was my moment to say, like, here I am, I graduated college, I'm gonna go after it and I'm gonna do it, because if I don't, I'm gonna look back at it, I'm gonna come back to homecoming, or 4 years down the line, I'm gonna be like, damn, like I should have did that. So the transition though, it was rough. Like, I'm gonna be very transparent. I was sleeping on my homegirl's couch. And that's the beautiful thing about HBCUs in college. it's really about the networking. It's about the connections that you make, because all of the people who are in my life today, like we're all products of Savannah State. And had I not went to Savannah State, I wouldn't have been in New York because I wouldn't have met my friend. So it's been rough, but at the same time, it's been so fulfilling. It's been so rewarding. Honestly, it's been one of the best decisions that I ever made. And 2 years later, I'm still there. I'm still standing. I'm finally moving to my new apartment with my name on it on Tuesday. So it's been a long time coming, but we're here.
On this journey, right? I'm sure you've had really great clients. Talk
I
about
have. So some of the people who I've worked with or I've had clients of has been, of course, shout out to Jameer Pond. Shout out to Black Girl Podcast. Shout out to brands such as Hot 97 for giving me my very first shot in the industry. Shout out to Remy Ma. And shout out, of course, to BET and Essence. So those are just a few people or brands that I've had an opportunity to be blessed to work with, and I'm forever grateful.
Okay, now cool. Now speaking of the brands you worked with and all that, right? What keeps Jahylin McKee focused, motivated? What's up?
Family, of course, but honestly, what keeps me going is there's people watching me. Like there's kids watching me. There's HBCU students watching me, and I can sometimes get in my way. I'm a Virgo, so I can get in my way a lot, my own way sometimes. And in the midst of me overthinking something or feeling overwhelmed, I always get reminded by something as simple as someone sending me a DM saying that they look up to me, or can I be their mentor, or can I help you in any shape or way? That honestly, it keeps me motivated. It makes me feel as though I have purpose because there's someone at a HBCU watching me, and honestly, I've never seen anybody, or not anybody, I'm sorry, I've never seen so many people nowadays interested in PR. And so many of those young ladies or young men reaching out to me and asking me for help, asking me for guidance. And so that makes me want to stay on my P's and Q's, and it makes me want to keep going. And, if I'm finding my purpose, help someone else find their purpose, my job is done.
That's beautiful. I think
it's bigger than me. You know what I mean? And I don't feel as though a lot of people, especially in HBCU royalty, have just pulled someone to the side. If I had someone during my reign pull me to the side and be look, what is your plan? What are you doing after graduation? That crown is beautiful and it's great, but have you done any internships? That's my contribution to giving back, or making sure that people are still doing their part. And if I can help them navigate life after graduation, based off of seeing me as an example of okay, I went from this lifestyle to this lifestyle, you can do it too, and you can get to it as well. So that's something else that I want to put an emphasis on and leave my mark on, because it's so important. Of the culture of HBCUs is going to always be there, but we have to buy the block back. We have to, become more entrepreneur, have that entrepreneur spirit, whether you're at a 9-to-5 or not. Just ownership to me has been really big life after graduation. So, just paying it forward, honestly.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, just paying it forward.
Hey, but listen, you got a moment?
I got a few moments.
All right,
because
we're going to play a little game. Hey, HBC 101 viewers, stay tuned, because we're going to have Jahylin McKee play. I got 5 on it, all right?
HBCU 101. Welcome back to HBCU 101 on Aspire TV.
So Jahylin, I got 5 on it. You let us know who or what you got 5 on, okay?
Okay.
All right. Auntie's homecoming, Howard's homecoming.
Ooh, that's a tough one, because you have Jahylin that's undefeated, but me personally, I'm going to Howard's homecoming this year, so I got 5 on Howard.
Okay. The Aristocratic Band or the Marching 100?
Definitely the Marching 100.
Okay.
Yes.
Which yard is more lit, Claflin University or Miles College?
Claflin or Miles? Savannah State, hands down, period.
Okay, Savannah State is the littest of them all.
Littest of them all.
I got you. Magic City Classic this year. Who you got? Alabama State or Alabama A&M?
Well, you know, my mom went to Alabama State, so I got to go with Didi's choice.
Okay.
I got 5 on it.
Okay. Hey, you better know. Last one. Bowie State Greeks or Lincoln, Pennsylvania Greeks?
You know, honestly, I've been to Bowie before. One of my queen sisters, shout out to Sheila.
Okay.
She was Miss Bowie the same year I was Miss Bowie. And I went out there, amazing time. Bowie State Greeks, hands down. I got 5 on Bowie.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Hey, listen, Jahylin, I definitely appreciate you stopping by, playing I Got 5 on it, giving us the 101 on everything you got going on. So thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having me.
Hey, listen, the pleasure has been all mine. Coming up next, you may want to stick around because we're going to talk to Jasmine Austin. You may not recognize her name or her face, but you know her work. She's one of the driving forces behind the Bethune-Cookman Athletics digital platform. She has an amazing story. It's coming up next after the break.
Coming up next on HBCU 101. Welcome back to HBCU 101 on Aspire TV.
Next week, we're going to give you another blast from the past as we take you inside of another homecoming experience. Why? Because we have to get you ready, because this homecoming season is right around the corner. Down south, it's like homecoming every weekend with all the football classics and big rivalries. We sent one of our producers, Nia Sapp, down to Miles College to check out their rivalry with Morehouse.
Hey guys, I am here with my guy Tim, out here tailgating. Tim, tell me how special this rivalry means to you, this Miles and Morehouse rivalry.
It's actually a big rivalry. I played football when I was in school, so I understand what the guys are feeling and what they're going through right now. It's always a good time when you get to get out to Morehouse.
How much does this rivalry mean to you?
This means a lot. I mean, this game dates back to, 50 plus years ago, and we used to not even play here at this field. It used to be at the fairgrounds, and to see where it has come now, both of these schools, both athletically but also academically and holistically, it's a good rivalry, a good time to fellowship with old friends and meet new friends, and hopefully Morehouse gets a win.
The highlight to me is seeing the band over there, but most important, seeing the brotherhood. We got brothers from 60, 61, 64, 18, 19, I'm 08. So it's just the love, the HBCU, the love, and the family. That's what I love about just this whole atmosphere out here.
So we heard from the fans, now on over to the Battle of the Bands. Interesting twist this year, female drum majors on both sides. Had some good food, good music, a little trash talk, but in the end, Miles came out on top. I'm Nia Sapp with HBCU Game Day.
In 2019, your digital game has to be on point if you want to connect with today's students. At Bethune-Cookman University, they have one of the most amazing social media platforms out there. The engine behind the machine is a former North Carolina Central University Eagle, Jasmine Austin. Our Tali Carr has more on her story.
I played in school. I played at North Carolina Central University, and I've always loved art. I didn't really know where to go with it, but I did know that I want to do something in sports, and I love Nike, I love sports, I love design, so I wanted to combine the three, and then I felt like it was a need for it, like it's still a need for it, and just to help change the perception of everybody.
How many sports altogether do you work with during the year?
17 sports. So for every sport I provide templates, t-shirt designs, graphics, branding, and ordering equipment for everybody. Probably come in the office 8:30, go home at 7, and probably still work until like 10 every day. One thing I really want to do, I want to change the perception of HBCU athletics in the realm of digital media. So I feel like we can change us in the way people perceive us, then we can change who will come to us. We'll probably get better athletes and everything. That's one of my most ultimate goals. So doing whatever I can to help our institution just become better and more relevant, stay relevant, I should say. I was working in Charlotte, North Carolina, and I had a colleague of mine that I went to school with at North Carolina Central, Andrea Willer, told me about a grad assistant position that they were having at Bethune-Cookman. She told me it would just be doing a little bit of graphic design and could possibly turn into a full-time job, and it eventually did. Was actually the first graphic designer in HBCU, period. So this was our helmet last year at the Florida Classic. Designed it along with the uniform that we wore. We called it the One Destruction uniform, which was our theme last year. So
She's
this
the
is
bomb.
very
She
special
is the
to
bomb.
me.
She won't tell anybody. She is the bomb.
This was very special to me. It was my first full uniform I got to design, so I love this helmet. At first it was surreal, now the kids just expect it, so I have to bring it every time I design anything, so it's just cool. It's just a cool job to have.
Now you left and you came back, right?
Yep, I went to University of Oregon for 6 months.
Now that's like Nike Central, right? Was that the
That was like my dream job, but I missed it here. I missed the family, the culture, and just helping out HBCU athletics. That's where I found my passion by taking that job. I think Chris Broussard made a video not too long ago that was talking about how this is the time for our athletes to come back and give back to our HBCUs, and I resonated with it so much because that's exactly my message and what I want to bring to HBCU athletics. So I think the time is now. I think it's starting to change. It's slow, but I think it's going to happen eventually.
Great work, Jasmine. If you're a fan of Bethune-Cookman University or interested in going there, make sure you keep up with all of their work on social media and online. That's it for today's show. So thank you for hanging out with us here on Aspire TV. HBCU 101 airs every Sunday at 12 noon, 11 a.m. Central, with repeat episodes on Saturdays following the No Huddle, which comes on at 1:30 p.m. Eastern Time. So make sure you check out those guys as well. On behalf of the entire crew, I'm Jahylin Thurman, and enjoy your weekend.
For the latest news on Black college football and culture, go to HBCUGameDay.com.